Hello everybody, this is Chris, and in this tutorial we're going to go ahead and create, like if you go to our base URL, home URL, chris.dev, you're still getting the level 4 welcome page. So this is, we're going to go ahead and change that up. So first of all, I'm going to get in this route get, I'm going to go ahead and change this, and this is going to be, first of all, we're going to just do posts equals post. And we're going to order by, and we're going to order it by the created at date, so created at. We're going to sort it descending, and we're also going to paginate. So what I'm going to have 3 articles on the front page, on the index page of the site, and after those 3 pages we're just going to have pagination links at the bottom. Next we're going to go ahead and return this view, so return view make, and we're returning site dot index, which is going to be this index page down here. We haven't created it yet, of course, and it's going to be with posts and posts. Okay, so if we go back out here and refresh this, this is just going to give us an error probably. Yep. So let's go back in here, and next we're going to go into index, and here we have an end for each. We don't really need that right now. So in this index file, go ahead and create that for each statement now. So at for each, so sorry, right monitor here, at for each, so for each posts as p, we're going to return a value for each one. So we're just going to throw it into a div, and we're going to say just a column large 8 div for bootstrap 3. And the first one's going to be a link, and this, actually it's going to be the title is going to be the link that we're going to follow, one of them. So we're just going to say HTML link. Okay, and inside the route we're going to go ahead and create this so you can see what we're doing here. So when the user clicks on the title of the blog, it's going to take them, it's going to fire off this get route, and we're going to the URL is going to change to blog / and then the slug. And remember, we defined the slug in the post controller here, and here's the slug here, and the post is just getting the input of the title and taking out all the white spaces in between the actual words and converting them to hyphens, and you'll see in a second. Okay. After that, we just we pass in an anonymous function, but we're going to throw slug in as the parameter of that function. So post equals post where slug with a value of that slug parameter. I'm going to grab the first one. Okay. Now also I want to go ahead and copy in this date that we set up here. We could probably throw it into a function in the model, but for beginners, it just probably be the best way. Just want to throw this in here like this. Just same exact thing we did for the post show. Now we're just going to return view make, be site post. This time we're going to say with post and post, and also we're going to grab that date. So we're going to say with date. That way it's readable and we don't have to do anything on the post page, the show page. So date, and that's going to be date. Okay, so we went ahead and saved that. Now inside this index.play.php file, this here is going to be blog. Actually, not blog. It's actually going to be blog. And then here we're going to append onto it the post slug. And then we're also going to give it the third parameter of the link is going to be the actual name. So it's going to be the title. So if we go back out here and look at this, expect a route because we didn't save the routes yet. The routes. Right here. Back into our routes, and we didn't. So in the file. Stop section. So let's go ahead and finish this. Let's go ahead and finish our index file because it's saying the at end for each. So at end for each. And go back out now, refresh it. This is an edited post. So you can see now if we click on this, which is just the title. So if we click on this now, you can see how it takes us chris.dev/blog/ this is an updated post, which is the title of the post. So you can see where I'm getting at there. So let's go ahead and finish this up. Next, after this h1 tag, we're going to say p.lead, and it's going to be by, and grab this, and we're just going to say grab the user who created this blog post. So just like in our show function or show tag that we did earlier, we'll just say uppercase words, and it's going to be p user username. So username who created that post. We'll get rid of that, and next we're going to go down to here. We're going to give an HR. Next we're going to say p for a paragraph tag. I'm going to give a glyph icon a time. So say span dot glyph icon dot hyphen time. Here we have that, and here we're just going to use some carbon. We're going to say posted. Actually, let's see if we can just go ahead and pull that from here. So let's say posted. And it's going to throw an error on there that much. Let's see. Yep. So we'll just use carbon to do this. So we're just going to say inside these curly braces, we're going to say carbon create from timestamp. And string to time, and that value is going to be p created at, and we're going to format localize, so format localized. Then it's going to be just %a %d. I also want to %b, and let's go to the year. So %y. Save that. Go back out. Refresh, and there's given our name, the date it's posted on. Let's go ahead and go back in and do the body. So that we're going to say S, and this is actually the index that we're working on. So we need to get back out here to the index, which is here, and then we just want to do like an excerpt from the post. So let's just grab an excerpt. So we'll just say we want to limit the string, so str limit, and we're going to limit the body, so p body. Limit it to 120. Next, we're just going to have a link. So HTML link. That link is going to be to the blog / and then we're just do the same thing. So dot. I'm going to append the slug. So slug. And after that, we're just going to say read more. And that should be it for the index page. So if we refresh, and for some reason we added something. Shouldn't have, so there we go. And this doesn't need to be in parentheses, that's fine. So P body. Out. Refresh, and there we go. So if we wanted to read more, we could read more, but we haven't even done the show page, which we will do now. So let's go ahead and save our index page. Refresh this real quick, go back in here, and there you see our URLs right. So let's go into our post page. I'm going to try to finish up this on this last video. So we're going to post here. And inside this div, I'm going to go ahead and create our post view. So I'm going to start off with a horizontal roll. I'm going to give it H1. And this is pretty much what we did for the show. So post. And it's going to be title. Next, we're going to have a paragraph tag with a class of lead. So p.lead. And it's just going to say by, and then we're going to use the same thing. I'm going to say uppercase words, and it's going to be post username. So post username, and we need to add that E. Next, we're having another hierarchical rule, and we're going to do the glyph icon again with the date. So it's going to be P in the span dot glyph icon and dot glyph icon time. Here it's going to be posted, and here we can use the actual date since that's what we passed through. So date. Okay. After that, we're going to have another HR. We have p.lead. So the lead, and it's going to be the post body. link at the bottom to say go back. So we're going to have another HR, and an HTML link, and the link is going to go back to the default route, which is the index page, and simply going to say go back. Save that, go out, refresh, and click on read more, and there we go. So this is the full view page. Here you got the URL, and we can go back. So now let's go ahead and create this search function. So we're going to do this. We're going to go back in here to this here and go into our partials and go to our sidebar here. And here where it says blog search, over here we're going to add a form open. So form open. We're going to open an array, and it's going to be URL for that is going to be search. So URL, and it's going to be search. Now inside this input group, I'm going to say form text. This is really simple. Form text, it's going to be search. No secondary value. We're also going to have a class form control. Array with a class of form control. Might help if I put this inside of brackets here. So form a class of form control, and then inside this span for the class to input group button, I'll say form submit search. Let's go ahead and capitalize this. Search, and the array is going to be class equals button default. Now after this span here, we can go ahead and add a form close. So close, Control S, go back out here and refresh, and there we have our search box. Next we need to go ahead and code this search box. So we're going to go into, we're just going to use our home folder, our home controller here, this home controller. And inside of here we'll just say public function search, and we'll just say input equals input get. We'll get the value of search, and the results, we'll just make another variable and call the variable results, and that's going to be equal to post, actually not post get, post where the body and like, the SQL keyword like, has anything like, let's see, wildcard here, dot input. So we're going to append and prepend our input variable, and and there. And then lastly we have to get it. Next we're going to return view, make, now return, and make is going to be site search. And that search. Be with results and results. Next we need to go ahead and make a route for this. So we'll go ahead and save this and go back in the routes. And I'm going to add it right here. So route, let me spell route first, right? Route get, throw it in search. And it's going to be home controller at search. There we go with that. Let's go back out and refresh, and let's just type edited. And it's already given us an error. So just hold on 1 second. I'll try. I'm pretty sure that's because we haven't created the actual site index page yet. So let's go ahead and go in here into the section part here and say if it returns any results, so if results count. It's going to count the results and see if it returned anything. And if it did, I have a column large 8 here. And we'll have the h1 tag. And we're just going to say HTML link. And it's going to be, as before, it's going to be blog. Dot. This time it's going to be R because we're. Let's go ahead and add this in here too. So at for each results as R. Go ahead and tab that in. So I'm going to say R slug and R title. Next, same as before. Actually, let's get rid of him. P.lead. It's going to be by. And that's in here. We'll say uppercase words. And it's going to be R user. Username. We're going to grab the post. Where was it here? Next, we're going to grab this. Actually, we're going to grab both these. Copy them and bring them into the sidebar. Not the sidebar, but the search. So for this, we have to change these up a little bit because it's not P anymore, it's R. So that's going to be R, and this is going to be R, and this is going to be R. Just save some time. HR here, and we'll do a break also. Next we'll end our for each, so at end for each. We're going to say else if you didn't return any values. Stupid autocomplete is really getting on my nerves. At else. H4. I'm sorry. Your search returned no results. And then we're just going to close it. see if it's gonna, first we need to end if, so at end if. So let's go back out here and let's go ahead and refresh. Let's try edited search, and it's still gonna throw that error. So okay, the mistake I made was in the routes, and it's not route get for this search, it's route post for the search. Also in the sidebar, we need to go ahead, not the sidebar, but search.blade. Need to get rid of this and put it here. And that should just change what we did. So let's go back to here and we'll just say edited, enter, and there we go. So you see we're at the search. And we returned our search result. And we're done. Let's go ahead and hit back into admin. Just click the admin up here. We never logged out. Go to posts. Let's create a new post. This is the second post. And this is the body of this second post of our Laravel 4-block tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and create that. I'm going to go back out here to the tutorial, and I'm just going to say Laravel as the keyword, and there you go. So it returned our search result. So there you have it. The next thing we need to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and in the next video we're going to go ahead and create our, show you how to integrate Discuss, which is the comments application that you do online. We'll integrate that in the next video, and I'll see you then.